Finance Minister of Kerala, Thomas Isaac, has been on the ground helping his people. My colleague Vijay spoke with him a short while ago. He tells us more about the area that he is working in.
We know that the strenuous works are being carried out in Kerala, and we also saw your picture, you with a baby, and that's widely trending on the social media. So what is the status of Kerala right now, sir?
Kerala things are going quite well. I think the peak has been passed. Evacuation nearly completed. I am working in Kuttanad. The whole area is below the sea level. Therefore, the flood is the most severe here. We have evacuated nearly 2 lakh people from this area alone, put them in camps and so on. And we are doing the mopping up operation, isolated places where people are stranded. And by today, they would also be removed to the camp. The immediate problem was getting small enough boats to go through the small lanes and paths and roads and so on. That has been the most difficult problem. The boats are very much large and they cannot go through these narrow country lanes. That's one. Now they have been removed in the camps. Sanitation is a problem. Then there is clothes and bed sheets and so on that is required. So that we are trying to mobilize. To provide 2 lakh people here in the camps, it means at least 4 lakh bed sheets. That number is quite big. So that is, I think, one of the problems. So now the challenge is to put the camps in order. It will be done by tonight.
All right, our correspondents are standing by. First up, I'm going to go to Ankit Tyagi, who's live from Thrissur. Ankit, tell us more about your journey to Thrissur. Tell us exactly where you are and what you've been seeing around you.
Well, Vedika, I'm right now in Thrissur and we in fact landed in Calicut, and from there when we came here, thankfully in the last 24 to 36 hours there has been no rain, and because of that a lot of areas, especially the highways which were inundated, the water has receded from those places. It is still the colonies and the back and beyond of these places where the water is still a problem. But let me very quickly show you where I am right now. I am in the Thrissur town. And after 3 days, in fact, people are getting the supplies as far as the diesel and petrol is concerned. And it's as far as you can see, there are only people standing here, not only in their vehicles, but also coming in and trying to get a few liters of diesel and petrol, in these cans as well. Panic as well. And it's been after 3 days that this has in fact opened, or this has been opened for the people. Let me also very quickly show you the long queue of the vehicles. It just from here, if you keep looking at it, it just doesn't end. There have been, for the last 3 days, the half of Thrissur town, in fact, the entire town was inundated. It's only in the last 24 to 36 hours that the water has receded. And for the last 3-4 days, all these petrol pumps were, in fact, closed. There was no supply. And suddenly today, this has been opened. In fact, there have been cops, those who are here to manage the crowd. And they, in fact, there is a very limited supply. If you are bringing a can, you can only get about 4 liters of diesel and petrol. And if you are coming in your vehicle, then not more than 10 liters is being given, because they are still being cautious as far as this entire exercise is concerned. Let me just quickly go across and ask a few people. How much have you been able to get, and after how long have you been able to get this sort of petrol and diesel supply?
Oh, I don't know actually. I mean, it's 4 liters. Yeah. Maybe for 1 day or maybe for 2 days. It depends how we use it. So if the requirements are, if it is, if you use it more, then.
So this fuel pump was closed for the last 3-4 days. It opened today only. How is the condition in your house? Has the water receded?
Yeah, so far in my area the water has been rise so far. Yeah. But there are many other places where the water level, even two-floor houses have been submerged in many areas. So. Yeah. As far as we are concerned, at their place, it's residing now. Yeah. But there are few places in other districts where the water level is increasing now.
Exactly. It's not rained for the last 24 hours. That has helped as far as this entire situation is concerned. Now, do you see a lot of people still panicking, trying to store diesel and petrol because they are not yet sure whether it will stay like this?
Yes, people are running out of fuels and all. So I think, see the rush.
Yeah.
This itself is a correct evidence for the current.
How has been the response of the government so far?
The government is helping. In a way, they are helping. But I think they can help more. Because we are suffering a lot. And according to me, they should help. Like we need petrol, we need resources. So, but the government is helping.
So you know, a lot is being done, but as I said, the magnitude of this entire tragedy of the national calamity is so much that you know, the problems for the people are not going to go away in a day or two. As we speak, one ambulance is just in fact rolling in, and this is just one of the problems that people are facing. Shortage of fuel has been a big issue as far as people across Kerala is concerned. In fact, yesterday, the Indian Oil Corporation decided that they are going to send extra fuel to the places and are going to air, in fact, it will be airlifted and will be brought to Calicut from there, which can be distributed. At least today, the roads are open, so the tankers have been coming in, and after 3 days, essential commodity like fuel, which in fact the people were struggling for the last 3 days, at least is available. Few petrol pumps are opening. They are in fact functioning right now. And as you see, there are cops, those who are required to manage this entire situation.
Right, so
Vedika,
some good news coming in, Ankit, from Thrissur, as you're reporting from there. I'm going to come back to you in a moment and talk about the landslides also in the area that we've been reporting for so long. I'm going to go across to Gopi now. Gopi, I believe you're making your way from Thiruvalla to one of the worst affected areas, which is Chenganur. Tell us about the destruction that you've seen on the way, the interaction that you've had with survivors.
There are thousands of people who have been actually affected. I must say it's not thousands but lakhs, because that number itself shows the extreme of that whole situation, because according to the latest information, there are more than 6.5 lakh people in relief camp. And I will also tell you one more thing, that is 2% of the state's whole population. So that will actually translate the kind of impact this flood and the monsoon fury has created in the Kerala. It's even difficult to imagine 2% of a population from whichever area, be it a state, union territory, or even a country, being completely affected by a natural calamity. That is the kind of, that is the extent to which this flood has actually taken people to. Still, people are trying to just cope back and bring things back to normal, because now the water level has started coming down. And it's going to be a real tough situation for these people, because I will say half of the work has been done now, because the relief and rescue operations are almost nearing completion. By today evening, we will have all the people either ensured that they are safe in their places, or they will be moved to safer locations from where they are. So that will actually put an end to the rescue operations. The second stage, which is really important, will be relief and rehabilitation, because we need to find alternate spaces for many of these people, at least 30 to 40%. That is what the government is estimating at this moment. At least 30 to 40% of these people who are in relief camp will not have a place to go. Either their houses would have been completely flooded, completely damaged in flood, and for the people who are in relief camps in Idukki, Malappuram and Wayanad, where mudslides and landslides have happened, there is no real option that they can go back to their home and just clean it up and use it just like it used to be, because those are areas that have changed beyond imagination. The whole landscape has changed. I was there for almost 4 or 5 days in those flood affected areas in Idukki, and I could literally see that, because a place which used to be a residential area has changed beyond recognition. It's even difficult to imagine that an area where we see mud and rocks, there used to be at least 4 or 5 houses. So for people from those areas, there will have to be additional supplies, including the government will have to find land for them. Also, there must be sufficient aid given for them to build a neat house, at least something where they can just be safe when it rains and when it's
Gopi, I'm going to come back to you in a moment from now. Ankit is still with us. Ankit, just take us through, you know, there has been news coming in the last 24 to 48 hours of landslides also in the area. What's the update you have for us?
In fact, as Gopi was telling you, especially in the Idukki and the Wayanad areas, there are still places where people have, especially in the tribal areas, where relief and rescue workers have not been able to reach because of the landslides. In fact, in the morning we had set out for Wayanad and there was on the road a landslide, and then of course there were other reports coming in from Thrissur and other areas where there is in fact still water which is troubling a lot of people. So as far as this entire geography of this area goes, this is an extremely hilly area, and in many places there are landslides which have blocked the highways. So not only they have to be cleared from Idukki, from on the roads of the Wayanad as well, but there has to be reconstruction of the roads. There are places where the roads have been so badly damaged that they are not motorable, as we speak, and because of that, there are in fact rescue operations. The only option was to in fact airlift people. What Gopi was telling you, and this is exactly what we are hearing from the district administration here as well. They are saying that they have, at least now after 4 or 5 days, been able to map exactly the number of people who are stranded, and more or less they have either been able to reach them through air and provided them supplies, or have been able to pick them up. So that is exactly the focus of the administration is today. Thankfully, again, though there was a forecast of rain, that has not happened till now. They are hoping that if the weather stays for another 24 hours, they would be in a position to at least the rescue operations would be over, and then the focus would be to provide as much as relief as it can be to the people suffering all across Kerala.
Right, Gopi and Ankit, thanks for joining us live. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates from the ground.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.